Oh, hello there. I'm Bilchan.
I'm Nimakung.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you. Chapter 9, Section 2 of Jane Eyre, an Autobiography.
As.
Ah.
Jane Eyre, an Autobiography. Brontë. Chapter 9, Section 2. Partly because she was witty and original, and partly because she had a manner which set me at my ease. Some years older than I, she knew more of the world, and could tell me many things I liked to hear. With her my curiosity found gratification. To my faults also she gave ample indulgence, never imposing cup or rein on anything I said. She had a turn for narrative, for analysis. She liked to inform, I to question. So we got on swimmingly together, deriving much entertainment, if not much improvement, from our mutual intercourse. And where, maintain, was Ellen Burns? Why did I not spend these sweet days of liberty with her? Had I forgotten her? Or was I so worthless as to have grown tired of her pure society? Surely the Mary Emulson I have mentioned was inferior to my first acquaintance. She could only tell me amusing stories, and reciprocate any racy and pungent gossip I chose to indulge in. While, if I have spoken truth of Helen, of far higher things, true, reader, and I knew and felt this, and though I am a defective being, with many faults and few redeeming points, yet I never tired of Helen Burns, nor ever ceased to cherish for her a sentiment of attachment, as strong, tender, and respectful as any that ever animated my heart. How could it be otherwise? Why, in Helen, at all times and under all circumstances, evinced for me a quiet and faithful friendship, which ill humor never soured, nor irritation never troubled. But Helen was at present, room upstairs. She was not, I was told, in the hospital portion of the house with the fever patients, for her complaint was consumption, not typhus, and by consumption I, in my ignorance, understood something mild, which time and care would be sure to alleviate. Downstairs on very warm sunny afternoons, and being taken by Miss Temple into the garden. But on these occasions, I was not allowed to go and speak to her. I only saw her from the schoolroom window, and then not distinctly, for she was much wrapped up, and sat at a distance under the veranda. One evening, in the beginning of June, I had stayed out very late with Mary in the wood. We had, as usual, separated ourselves from the others, and had wandered far, so far that we lost our way, and had to ask it at a lonely cottage, where a man and woman lived. But when we got back, it was after Moonries, Bunny, which we knew to be the surgeons, were standing at the garden door. Marian remarked that she supposed someone must be very ill, as Mr. Bates had been sent for at that time of the evening. She went into the house. I had dug up in the first, and which I feared would wither if I left them till the morning. This done, I lingered yet a little longer. The flowers smelt so sweet as the dew fell. It was such a pleasant evening, so serene, so warm. The still glowing west promised so fairly another fine day on the morrow. The moon rose with such majesty in the grave east. I was noting these things and enjoying them as a child might, when it entered my mind, as it had never done before, how sad to be lying now on a sickbed, and to be in danger of dying. This world is pleasant, it would be dreary to be called from it into it concerning heaven and hell. And for the first time I recoiled, baffled, and for the first time glancing behind, on each side, and before it. It saw all around an unfathom gulf. It felt the one point where I stood at present. All the rest was formless, cowed and vacant depth, and it shuddered at the thought of tottering and plunging amid that chaos. While pondering this new idea, I heard the front door open. Mr. Bates came out, and with him was a nurse. After she had seen him mount his horse and depart, she was about to close the door, but I ran after her. Very pretty was the answer. Is it her, Mr.? This phrase, uttered in my hearing yesterday, would have only conveyed the notion that she was about to be removed to Northumberland, to her own home. I should not have suspected that it meant she was dying. But I knew instantly now, this world, and that she was going to be taken to the region of spirits, if such region there were. I experienced a shock of horror, then a strong thrill of grief, then a dire necessity to see her, and I asked in what room she lay. She is in Miss Temple's room, said the nurse. Oh no. Shout. It is not likely. And now it is time for you to come in. The nurse closed the front door. I went in by the side entrance which led to the schoolroom. I was just in time. It was 9 o'clock, and Miss Miller was calling the pupils to go to bed. It might be 2 hours later, probably near 11, when in having been able to fall asleep, and deeming, from the perfect silence of the dormitory, that my companions were all wrapped in profound repose, rose softly, put on my frock over my nightdress, and then, without shoes, crept from the apartment, and set off in quest of Miss Temple's room. It was quite at the other end of the house, but I knew my way, and the light of the unclouded summer moon, entering here and there at passage windows, enabled me to find it without difficulty. Well, and I passed its door quickly, fearful lest the nurse who sat up all night should hear me. To be continued.